Hey everybody, how's it going? I decided to make this little video because I wanted to talk about something lately that's been really bugging me.
Console Wars.
Or more accurately, to kind of make a claim that modern day console wars even really exist outside of the fan base. Now, far be it from me to act like I'm some kind of social savant or completely covered in charisma, but I've been an active part of a lot of social media gamer groups and I've noticed one reoccurring theme.
Xbox One is the best!
PlayStation 4 is like so totally the way to go.
I'm a member of the PC Master Race, and I would never shake the hand of a ruffian console gamer unless he's had his tetanus shot first.
Excuse me, I'm a fan of Nintendo.
On the surface, it kind of seems a little bit like a console war, but something's missing. Gamers have all picked their sides. They're saying that another brand sucks, but something just seems a bit off. Now, I did preface this by stating that I was certainly bugged by a great deal of the white noise that I've been hearing, but I'm a man of science, so I decided to research this before I can gain an accurate analysis. I grew up with Nintendo and Sega Genesis. Now, that was a war and a bit of a bloodbath, but at the same time, it was also pretty fun. There was a great deal of diversity amongst the games available. Each console had its own unique line of games that made them stand out in a special sort of way. And us as gamers, we actually had a great deal of entertainment comparing and contrasting the two back and forth. We also didn't have social media, which has polluted the airwaves with so much information, so many various opinions, that it's hard to make sense out of anything. What's the point of forming a coherent thought when you can just slap a meme on your timeline or in a post? People will get the gist of that. This idea of a modern day console war comes off as completely inauthentic, just a bunch of fake posers and gamers pretty much going into business for themselves, looking to hitch their bandwagon onto whoever they feel is a winner.
I called your platform a dildo, isn't that funny?
Just the sheer notion that you feel you're a more sophisticated and dignified human being based off of what medium you play your video games on is a sign of someone who's incredibly desperate and looking for self-worth. You want your hobby to be bigger than it actually is. So if you ask me, as far as I'm concerned, the picture here with the shit being flung applies to all of the above. I hear about the specs, I hear about the capabilities, but all it pretty much reduces itself to is people getting their feelings hurt and a need to lash out. Even further proof that this is less about the games and more about the fans themselves, because they feel that they're bigger than the game. Efforts made to find common ground and balance are generally met with vitriol, and the same name-calling and sissy fighting continues to take precedence. I thought we were all supposed to like this stuff. The anonymity of the internet allows you to have the liquid courage to say whatever mean and spiteful thing about whatever platform is that you want, knowing that there won't be any consequences, and you wouldn't even have the guts to say this to a human being sitting 3 feet away from you. I'm posting on my timeline right now about this heated argument that I got into with somebody on Facebook. They said positive things about a game that I didn't think very highly of, so I said a bunch of nasty racial slurs, and I said a whole bunch of really homophobic, sexist things to show them that Xbox One is number one. Okay, well, what game were you talking about? Shit, I don't know. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Aw, Colonel Fancy got his feelings hurt, so he's making a video to lash out at the people who wronged him. I'm still waiting for credible answers for topics that I brought up almost a year ago, so I'm not really afraid of what the internet can throw at me. I'm still standing after calling Final Fantasy VII the most overrated video game ever, or that Neon Genesis Evangelion really isn't that good. Barely feel like I relate to most human emotions, so insult and criticism doesn't even bother me all that much. I'm pretty much detached from everything, just hanging just outside of Earth's orbit, occasionally popping in to watch the meteors bombard everything. I've got no personal stake in this, so I'm doing just fine. Baseless, weak, watered down, thoughtless insults does not a console war make. And I don't even know how you win E3 anyway, whatever the hell that means. But as long as this stuff continues to permeate the internet, I'll never be able to take these people seriously. Like whatever it is that you like, dislike whatever you don't approve of. But if you continue to believe that there's an actual legit console war going on, then you're a part of the problem. This has been a Colonel Fancy rant, and I still don't have a catchphrase. See ya.